What's up, family? It's y'all one and only fellow alchemist live back in the building. Here to break bread with y'all. Y'all know how I do it. What we doing here? Who y'all be?
Well, I am Keish the Beast and never on a leash. And then who we got over here? You want to introduce yourself, Muada?
Yes, Muada from the Midwest is what it is. It's nothing but a Midwest thing, I should say.
You dig? What we got going on? What's the word? Y'all feeling?
Feeling good, good. We got some hot topics going on. I'm excited about that. We're gonna get this rolling.
I know, right? Shit, what's one of the topics? What's the hot topic, man?
I think everybody's talking about Diddy. Diddy.
Who's
The
the
P
whole
did?
doc,
Diddy.
Who is that?
P,
Sean P. Diddy
Oh
Combs.
my goodness.
Oh my
P,
God. Yes, the
The di-
dancing
the
producer.
the dip
Yes.
the diddler.
The diddler, the fiddler.
the
Everybody
diddler,
talking about. Yes, the
the,
diddler, the fiddler.
the diddler,
Yes. And some call him Adolf Hitler. You know how that goes.
Oh,
Adolf Hitler.
what the fuck?
Hitler the fiddler, aka.
This shit is gone. This shit is getting out of control, isn't it? God damn,
You
bro.
say they call him Adolf Hitler?
Yes, because of how he's treated people, man. How
Yeah.
many how did you guys see the documentary? Did you watch the
No,
documentary? You didn't watch it?
no. I watched the
What?
first episode. I couldn't get past it. I've been so busy. I'm unable to. Shit. I want I wanted to, but the place we were at didn't have what's that shit called? Netflix or whatever the fuck it is.
Well,
Yeah.
I would
You say
yeah.
what?
It didn't have Netflix.
What you was saying, Keith?
Well, I will say this, despite how people feel about 50 Cent, this is one of the most well packaged documentaries. There have been several documentaries that came out this year.
On the
TMZ
di-
did a
on, on the diddler?
yeah, the Diddler.
The diddler been diddling.
Yeah. So yeah, TMZ did a documentary. There were others that did. I think MSNBC did a documentary, and this one now is the most packaged one because it gives you a chronology of him started at Bad Boy all the way up to where he's at now. And you know, if you watch, like you watch episode one,
That's
you
it.
should. When you watch the second episode, I think you'll be mad at that point because it goes into like the rivalry, the whole East Coast and West Coast rivalry with Bad Boy and Death Row. And it's just like I got mad all over again about the whole Tupac killing, you
Of
know.
course, I can see that. That'll stir up a bunch of emotions with a bunch of people from a lot of places. I'm like across the country, out of the United States. So I can see that happening easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, P Diddy, man, he definitely was a marketing genius, and I think he was more gangster than what people let on. For real, cause he was bringing pain.
He was.
Yeah, he was bringing pain. For real, and he didn't talk about it. Like unlike these little kids that's doing it today, talking all on the internet, broadcasting to the police, FBI, and all that. What they did as far as like drilling and the drill music
Oh
scene
yeah.
and promotion and
Yeah.
all that jazz, but he ain't do all that talking. He was definitely about keeping a nice, clean public image, but wreaking havoc in the background.
Oh, that's what they do.
Yeah, he was a capitalist to the bone marrow.
Oh, for sure, without doubt, a contradiction. He can't ever reach the state of uh, fame and notoriety if he didn't exercise a lot of that. Yes, that's easy. It's totally understandable.
Yeah, when you think about it and you just watch it, it takes you a trip on his childhood, some of his close friends when he was young. They were talking about how his upbringing was in New Jersey, how his mother was like far beyond the ideal mother, and his dad had ties to the black mafia family. So it's just all of that, and then as he goes into the music industry, he ends up getting an internship from Uptown Records, and he worked under the CEO Andre Harrell. And then it also moves on to like how he was responsible for this incident at City College in New York,
Oh
where
yeah.
they had the whole concert with him and Heavy D, and how all those people were in a waiting room, and then they kind of bum rushed out because they wanted to see all the famous people, and some people died from that. And so,
There were 8 or 9 deaths from that, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, and then one girl, it was a pregnant girl who died out of that tragedy. So it's just you looking at all these different things. They were trying to say no matter where he goes, trouble follows him, but he manages to get off from that trouble. And it talks briefly about Shine, the whole club incident that happened, where he got caught up in the New York scene, and he pulled out a gun and he's shooting, and Shine, he gets caught up and took the charges for him. And then, of course, we all know he was dating J-Lo at the time, and then they separated. But it's just, when I looked at the documentary, you see like the rise of somebody who's privileged. And I think the music industry, they orchestrate those type of behaviors with executive producers. Like they are trained to get away with certain things. And you look at the people who he was around at the time, like Clive Davis, L.A. Reid, Russell Simmons. They all have this behavior that they are taught, and they're able to get away with it. Because we know Russell now is in Bali. He has some sexual harassment lawsuits against him,
I'm not
and
surprised. I'm not surprised.
and he's in Bali right now. They can't, as long as he's over there, they can't extradite him here to face trial. But it's a lot of, when you watch the all 4 episodes, it's a
Right.
lot to kind of take in. But it was done well, and I think one of the things that people who watched it, they're not surprised, because his longtime bodyguard, he's from St. Louis. His name is Gene Deal. Gene has been doing like all these videos from Open Dialogue talking about Diddy, how his behavior was, how he treated people. So it's not surprising. I just hate to see the demise of an intelligent black man, going under, and it's all because of, his actions.
Yeah, that's the life of Hollywood.
Hollow
Yeah, the whole
wood.
intention is to hollow you out from having any integrity, so that you can engage in these type of barbaric acts. So,
And also it says, if you're a man of access like that, or a woman of access like that, you have men or women throwing themselves at you, and
yeah,
kind of your perception of life is not real. That motherfucker said he don't live in reality. That was the first thing he said at the beginning of one of them, the first video I watched. And fuck me, I said, this dude's a sicko. He a
yeah,
cold sicko. He said, I don't deal in reality. I dream. What's nothing wrong with dreaming? But that's probably why you're in the situation you're in.
yeah,
You're not fucking thinking in reality, motherfucker. And
Like,
whether this reality was created by them for us, and we're willing participants in it, it's still a shaped or formed reality. Whether it's real or invented by them people. I don't want to sound like a crackhead, but I'm just saying, a lot of this
right,
shit be seeming strange, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like just sit back and kind of think about that shit. Like, everybody watch football on fucking Sundays. The fuck? Not everybody, but a lot of people. It's the greatest fucking show in America. It's like, what the fuck? I'm saying all this to say that when you put these people on this pedestal and you cause them to live this life and throw all this money at them and tell them no, 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 yes, yes, everything's yes. Nothing can be no. Don't ever tell him or her no. They get a little jaded, a little twisted, a little fucked up, bro.
yeah,
They become the highest. They reach the highest pinnacle of America's entertainment system, which is shit, nothing but a Greco-Roman. You know what I'm saying? Coliseum and all that whole bullshit. Just on
yeah,
now it's on TV, and you don't have to go over there and watch that shit. So I'm saying, I would say when they get that type of influence, shit, ain't no telling what the fuck they'll do or say. Ain't no telling. You can't trust them, motherfucker.
Yeah, especially if you're not grounded, shit, you'll sway whichever way the wind blows and what seems the thing seems like the thing to do at the time. And then once you
Right.
get, and that's why in the teachings it always teaches you that you can to not be attached to any desires, because desires can't truly be fulfilled, because once you think you grabs hold to a desire and you think there's satisfaction that's gonna come from that desire, is temporary. So once you get through, it's almost like a new toy. So once you get through playing with the toy, or you capture that desire and you then gain all the satisfaction that you possibly could out of it, then you on to another desire. So it's a never ending game. It's a never ending chase or pursuit for different desires in which you can never truly be fulfilled. So it's always fleeting. Desires are fleeting, can never be truly obtained. So
And you know what's crazy though, Alchemist? There's a discussion about whether if 50 had like uh good motives when he did this documentary. I will say this. I don't think it was any good motive from anyone that was involved in this documentary. Everybody wanted to take Diddy down. But I would say that, upon digging some research of my own, I realized part of the reason why 50 may have done this is because Diddy used to mess around with his baby mama. And so that's contributed to like the long
What?
what's happening.
yeah, he took his baby mama or something to that nature.
Who took who, baby mama?
Did
Diddy,
he took
Took
his
what?
baby mama?
50
50?
Cent.
Oh, stop! Don't tell me this is about that for real.
Man, a lot of wars started by started be over women. You
Ooh,
know,
yeah, yeah.
y'all
Since
women
ancient
cause a lot of
times,
wars around
a
here.
lot of problems. Ooh, my good shit. It's the beginning of the time, right?
Ain't no
All
players
right.
no more. You
But
did.
but look at the parallel. Do you see how
Little
in the
tender dick
documentary?
motherfuckers.
But okay. But do you see how the documentary kind of placed that in order, where they're saying that he was with Hbcu'S woman, Kim Porter, that he ended up having a baby by this girl, Sarah Chapman, who used to date Tupac. So it's just a lot of that, they added that on top of his jealousy, his rage, him being the villain. It just it just culminated in the perfect storm for him to be caught up. So, hey, you just
Man,
never know the fiddler.
man, that man, it was one scene where they was talking about Big right before he got killed. He was supposed to be on a Rolling Stone magazine, and when he got killed, I mean unalive, he went and took over that that plan, and basically he got on the Rolling Stone magazine. So he used the album. He used it as an album cover or something.
Who did
It
that?
was it was supposed to be Biggie
Yeah,
on the
it was
front
for
of that
him. It was
on
for
front
his
of the
first
Rolling
album.
Stone magazine, and then they were supposed to use that Rolling Stone magazine as an album cover, right?
An album promotion for like his first Puff Daddy and the Family No Way Out. But Rolling Stone was gonna do a tribute to
To
Biggie.
Biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just think that's fucking
and
selfish.
he
I don't
took
care what nobody sees.
he went he like he did. I basically saying shit. He not here with us no more. Let me get on that album cover or get on that Rolling Stone magazine, and he replaced Biggie, what was supposed to be Biggie, with himself, and he took it, got on there and ran with it and used it as a marketing strategy.
The American way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the startling revelation to me about the whole documentary is when, Big died, right? And so when he was making the arrangements for the funeral, he was like, we're gonna give Big the biggest funeral of all times. But Big gotta pay for his own funeral. So he used Big's estate money to recoup the cost for the funeral. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the guy who's telling all this in this documentary is Kirk Burroughs. So he started Bad Boy with Puffy. He was there.
Oh, yeah, that one guy that was showing on there.
Yeah, with the dreads. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of singing, about this. And Kirk filed the lawsuit against Puff not too long ago. This was like before he got in all this trouble, insinuating that Puff owed him a lot of money. Puff threatened him to sell, turn over his stocks of the Bad Boy Company to him. So of course he has a vendetta. So everybody that's on there, it is either Puff done rubbed them the wrong way or something is going on.
Yeah. That's understandable. It's understandable with such a celebrity status. That's understandable. I can see that happen.
What's
It
his
don't mean it
name?
has to happen.
He was having them artists, work, create albums, and wasn't paying them nothing.
Now that's
Wasn't
disrespectful.
paying them Craig Mack, who has Biggie, who else he did like that?
That's
The
disrespectful.
making of the band, and it was some other artists. He was just taking their money. He wasn't paying them boys nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, they talked about one situation where him and Suge Knight ended up at the same party, and Suge Knight had one of his best friends with him. What was his best friend name?
I can't think
I
of the
can't
brother's
remember his
name,
best
but
friend. Was it Jay?
I
No,
think
I can't.
so.
But one of his best friends was with him. Puff, when they came in, Puff security guard, or was it the security guard at the establishment they was at, the party they was at, escorted them?
Yeah, the security guard was at the establishment, but a gentleman came out of nowhere.
Nah, hold
Looked
up,
at
nah. Well, they
Yeah.
went and got Puffy put on this coat and was going out with Suge and his best friend. So when they
Yeah.
got outside, the security guard was like behind him or whatever. So it was a guy that came out of nowhere with a mask on and everything and was pointing a gun at what was it, Suge, and said something. Did he say something to Suge, or did he turned the gun towards Suge's friend and looking at Suge and was shooting him like 5 times. Shot him like 5 times as he was looking at Suge. Suge grabbed Puffy by the neck and was like angling him towards the shooter to where he couldn't get shot. And Puffy said something. It's gonna be okay.
He said it's gonna be all
okay.
right.
It's gonna be all right. And and Sugar was like, hey, I know it's gonna be all right or something to that nature. And the dude who shot his friend ran off. Yep. I say, and Puff, I'm like, Puff, man, Puff, a gangster. He tried to.
It's
He put
easy.
that.
It's easy to be that when you got a bunch of money. It's
You
easy.
know, he put that what's that thing under French Montana? Was it French Montana car? Who's that?
It was
Oh,
it was Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi.
Okay.
Yep, Kid Cudi.
hmm
Puffy was a gangster, man.
it's easy to be that when you got that money.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
for
Yeah.
real.
But
Hey,
going back to what you were talking about, Alchemist, about how he did artists, I think the saddest thing to me is how he did Craig Mack, because he was the first artist on the Bad Boy. A lot of people don't know that. And when Craig wouldn't get rid of his management team, Puffy got upset and was like, if you don't get rid of them, that's it for your career. And then here you go, you got the Flavor in Your Ear remix where he introduces Big, and Craig Mack is not making any money. He ain't made no money off of Flavor in Your Ear. When he's performing, he having to ask Puffy for money. And so it's a tragedy. But they were saying that Big was getting ready to leave him before his death
yeah,
because it was some issues with his contract.
yeah. And he was supposedly the one who put the hit out on Pac, supposedly because he wanted to be Pac, and Pac was he was that guy, ladies man, and Puffy never was a ladies man. He just had the money, and so Puffy, I know people use that term narcissism a lot and just apply it just randomly and just to anybody, but that boy was a narcissist for real, true to the bone marrow.
I can see that. I can see that. after Harrell taught him what he needed to teach him, showed him what he needed to learn, the man went crazy. That's not hard. That sounds like a child who was privileged, who had it all, and didn't go through the same struggles as everybody else. And yeah, all he's doing is having a spoiled brat moment. It just lasted a little too long and got caught.
Man,
That's it.
for real. For
But you know
real.
what? Going back to my 13-year-old self, because I remember the night Pac got killed, and I was in junior high. I was in the band, so it was like football.
Excuse me, Miss Lady. You telling your age.
Yeah, for real.
And that's fine. And so,
okay. Oh, what? In this day and age? What?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
You old as hell, Keish.
Hey, I'll take it. I look good. But I just had a feeling in my heart. I was like, Biggie and Puffy had something to do with this. I was angry, as my preteen self, as some people would say. I was really pissed off about it. And then 6 months later, Big gets killed. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on? But I think anyone who grew up at the time, you got some solace of, yeah, if Puffy didn't actually order the hit, he knew somebody who did.
Yeah, in a situation like that, it can go so foul. It can go so many ways. You just never know where something like that's going to come from when you got that many enemies.
Yeah, man.
So,
yeah.
but that's why a lot of people, I don't know. The shit could be fabricated. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But but if it sounds like a smoking gun though. It sounds like it's something there. But I don't want to just put that man out there. But if people close to him that's been knowing him all his life, they say that's what happened. That's what happened. Shit.
Yeah, it's this one dude named Lil Rod. He was a beat producer or something.
He was a producer for the last album. He had the Love album, Off the Grid.
Man, they say, boy, diddly that boy. he say,
the diddler.
Yeah, he diddled that boy, diddly, however you say. He say that boy Lil Rod he woke up the next day. One time they was chilling or whatever, and he woke up the next day. He said he felt like a rhinoceros has entered him.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he said his tailbone was hurting and everything.
Where do y'all find all this information at, bro? Damn.
You got to watch. I'm telling you, you got to watch.
Right. He say he went to the bathroom. He say the waist just fell out. I say, damn.
Whoa.
He say when he woke up, Puffy was like, you all right? You need a Tylenol? We got extra strength. I say, damn. But he kept being a beat producer, whatever, a recording. What is it? A recording artist for
producer.
A beat producer. What was he, Keith?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But he never paid him. They only paid him $25K. Well, now $29K. But they never paid him the rest of his money.
I thought it was $2,500 or $2,900. Was it?
No, it was
that
like
much?
$29K.
$29K. But yeah, he kept producing beats. He said it happened several times.
No. Beating him out of his money, not beating him out of his life.
Both.
But see that I know for the sake
why he kept producing beats and getting beat at the same time. What type of games he playing?
Ooh.
At this point, I don't know. You suspect, bro.
Whoa! I don't in no way, shape, or fashion take lightly with the subject we're speaking on. But
why you steady coming back, producing beats and getting beat? What's going on here? Something ain't right about this picture. And then I seen a video of it.
I don't know.
What? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's a tough one. That's a hell of a thing to do, accept.
You keep coming back? Yeah.
Rhinoceros? Whoa.
Yeah, he said, yeah, he said his tailbone was hurting.
And poof.
Yeah, and he couldn't hold. He said he had no, he said he had muscle atrophy. He ain't have no
Whoa.
muscles to control that
What
thing.
they said, woo wee. Oh my goodness.
And
That's crazy.
there's no way with that kind of I don't care how much money and power Diddy got. Ain't no way in the hell I would have stayed there
Yeah,
with all that going on.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
just
That's what.
that's too much bullshit. And
Yeah.
my question is to Lil Rod, why the fuck did you stay so long? Why did
right.
you sit up there and put yourself in a predicament? Like
Oh,
the first time he came there, somebody got shot. Diddy shot
huh?
somebody in the bathroom.
What?
And from then on, you kept seeing things, you kept seeing trouble. And like the part where the alchemist is talking about the whole drugging and stuff, it was like 1 minute he would wake up, he'll be next to a woman. Next thing you know, he in the bed, he wakes up Diddy next to him. So I mean, why the fuck would you still stay there? What in the blue blazers and your desperate ass,
Just
why the
stand there,
fuck
keep getting and keep on getting diddled.
No, producing hits.
right. Yeah, yeah, producing, definitely producing.
I guess that what producing hits get you.
right. What the
I guess
what?
if the diddler gets to diddly, he
Right.
gets some
the
production
fit
time.
start fiddling?
I don't fucking what the fuck kind of
Right.
man, watch out, man. This shit ain't real, bro. You can't make this shit up nowhere. That shit
Right.
ain't hap- Man, what the fuck is going on with us, man? We done got way out there, man. So
Man.
look, you get all this money, ain't nothing else you can do. There's nothing else left for you to do. So you begin to diddly play diddler.
Play diddler and
Bro,
diddle and dodo.
let me be a hold on, let me be a
Yes.
gangster. I didn't grow up this way. Let me be a gangster. Let me be a certified clean thug. I want to be the best player there. I mean, like what? But that means I gotta sell my soul obtain this shit. No, fuck that shit.
You can't, man, you can't
Hold on,
look
hold
in
on,
the
hold on.
mirror.
Obtain it and then maintain it. That's a sick, fucking twisted
Yeah.
mind, bro. Let me keep doing this shit to people, whether they like it or not. I'm the diddler. I can diddle things. What the fuck?
Hey,
That's some mental trip I don't want, bro. I don't want that type of mental trip.
for real.
I
Man,
don't want that shit, man.
you lose that integrity, boy. Ain't no coming back from there, and no matter how much money you got, because that money is gonna get old to you once you have it for so long, and that's
Yeah.
why Diddle got the diddling and stuff because he done everything. And if you ain't happy and content with self, you gonna be looking for other things to diddle in or find satisfaction from.
Well, and 50 Cent got him more than just 1/4 from producing the diddler.
right. Hey, eh,
He said, hook that motherfucking hook my caboose up to this train. I'm riding this motherfucker
for
all the way.
real. And
Woo.
and that's
I
And I
appreciate
crazy.
mean,
they
it was
probably
I mean, the documentary has grossed a lot of money, so it's
it
kind of
has.
They say it's number
yeah,
one.
Are you
yeah,
fucking
Number one
kidding
on
me?
Netflix.
And
yes,
Number
listen,
one most streamed.
listen, I
yes.
don't give a fuck. 50 Cent can be psychologically fucked up and whatever the fuck. He may be jaded in some way too. I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure. But he seems down to earth enough. I don't know the man to speak on his credibility or even diddler, whatever. I don't his either. But I am saying as a man, in a capitalistic country, if I was a capitalist, I would probably do the same thing too. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
some. He ain't doing that. He ain't fucking having diddly do parties and shit. But
Hey. Yeah, if you're a capitalist, me being not a true capitalist to the bone marrow. But if you're a capitalist, yeah, that's the right way to go. I couldn't put it out there on them because I'm not trying to set no other brother or sister up for them peoples to take down or help them take down nobody.
and I dig that. Listen, I dig that. That's some real shit. I'm not
Yeah,
saying way though. We cut by a different cloth. But if I'm a
yeah.
capitalist, again,
If
that
you're a
shit don't matter
capitalist, yeah,
because I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm riding with the system. The system is a capitalist system, so I'm gonna ride with it, and I'm gonna get it for everything I fucking possibly can. If that's talking about the diddler, I'm a diddly his
yeah.
ass straight to the motherfucking cooker fryer pan. So if you out there, and please, if I offend you in any way, I do apologize. But if you out there doing the same motherfucking thing, you supporting the system. That's your motherfucking thing. That don't mean I
Yeah.
gotta like you. That don't mean I gotta be partners with you. I respect you. That's your hustle. Do your thing, bro. Ain't nobody gonna knock you. I'm not gonna knock you anyway. Let me say that. But
Right.
for real, fuck that. I couldn't do it.
Nah, hell nah.
I couldn't do it.
Diddler's a savage and a beast, and I couldn't rock with him then one way or the other. But I'm not gonna try to set you up for them to just take you down, and then I ain't
Well, that's
signing
why I
with them.
said. That's why I
Yeah.
said if I'm a capitalist, I'm gonna do it for the
Yeah, if
simple
you're a
fact that why
capitalist,
not?
yeah.
Look what he's producing. He's produced the fucking greatest Netflix movies, series,
Number
documentary
one most
on that.
streamed.
What the fuck out? Who would think a guy from the Jamaica Queens would do something like that? A thug dude from the street. He's showing you some player shit. He's showing you also that the system is not jaded me, or the entertainment system, I call it the system, has not shaped me and formed me to the point to where I'm willing to go to that route. But I am willing to expose that shit
Right.
about dudes that grew up in the similar area as myself or like myself. And that's commendable within itself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they say the system using 50 Cent as the face though, because they know if it would have came from the system, people would have a hard time believing it. So they use 50 as the face.
And he don't give a
That's
fuck.
what they
You,
said.
I'm a capitalist. Use my
Mm-hmm.
face. But a person that isn't a capitalist who's living under another system, the original system,
Right.
I'm not. Nah, if I'm following the laws of my people, I can't do it, bro.
He better be careful though, because a lot of times, the people you work with, you lay down with dogs, you come up with fleas. They
The
be the
way it
one.
goes.
Them people in particular, they eventually turn on you and against you, because
No,
I
I'm pretty
mean,
sure. I'm pretty sure
it's
he
your
knows that.
time.
I'm pretty sure he knows that.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
I
he's
think
smart. He's sharp. He ain't. He wrote. You know, he
He
got
got.
that book with Robert Greenlee, the 50th Law. I got it
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
No, I ain't. It ain't here. But yeah, the 50th Law. And
What
so
was you
he.
about to say?
What you
What was
say?
Keisha about to say? What was the beast about to say?
I wasn't about to say anything. I was gonna allow him to finish.
Oh,
I'm good. I was talking about he
oh.
wrote that book, The 50th Law. He know what he doing. He ain't no slouch. He ain't no dummy, for sure.
Now he's earned his credits, even like in TV and stuff. You know, he has all the books of power, and then he's producing what Black Family Mafia. So he pulled everything together, and just by him working with the people that he was working with this documentary, it was just well put together. But to your what you were saying about like him being sold on the system, I just feel like it was several documentaries that came out about Diddy prior to him doing this one, and they all lead to the same thing, that Diddy has monstrous tendencies. He's abusive. It's like in those previous documentaries, it's other people that were being interviewed, like his chef. He was abusive to his personal chef. They talked a little bit more about the Kim Porter situation. One was very graphic about the Cassie situation, which again they touched on Cassie in this documentary, and the whole thing about her drinking this male prostitute sperm. I mean, I just really got sick all over again.
Yeah, that was crazy. Now that was crazy. They straight collecting dude's sperm, playing with it. Diddy watching Cassie play with it,
What?
drinking it. Yeah,
Yeah,
one of the dudes Cassie be having, relations with, while he watch, as Diddler watch. Yeah, they collect his sperm and just, damn, and go ham, do all type of weird stuff with it. Man, that boy Hollywood boy, hey, they will hollow you out. You won't have no integrity, and hollow you out literally and figuratively.
And that, and, and I can see. I can also understand why people would think that 50 is throwing them under the bus or dogging them out. But honestly, he was already dogged out. He dogged himself out. He pimped himself out to the system to become what he is. They don't
Yeah,
let nobody. They don't let nobody run around and do that shit, bro. Without working with them, you can't just do that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't just come on, key to the city, and you got all these investigations and all. You working for the system. You doing something for the
fact,
system.
fact.
One thing I can say about 50 is that 50. I'm not saying Andre Herrera wasn't a good mentor. He was probably one of the greatest mentors for Pete Diddy. But 50 got Slim Shady, and he got
Dre.
Dr. Dre. So he got different mentors to learn from. And
Well,
the route that they wouldn't have ever took, 50 took. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they always in the background playing it cool, never saying nothing. 50 like, I'm out here. I'm gonna get it. I'm above the generation that's out here like that, but I'm gonna show you how to get it. They giving him the keys, but he may not be working like everybody else is working. He probably ain't into the freak shit, and they probably can respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You take down Diddler, somebody got to rise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can't use what's the Nick Cannon? Nick Cannon did some fuck shit. He had not no fuck shit from my point of view. I'm just saying from their point of view, he did some fuck shit.
Right.
I don't know however you get up and get on the phone or interview or whatever, and you giving the truth, you speaking the truth. I don't know how that becomes the part where you get canceled. The fuck, like, the fuck?
Man.
So you want a motherfucker to speak falsehood. You want a motherfucker to lie and do
Yeah.
this bullshit. Come on, that shit. A lot of this shit's kind of fucked up. So I'm saying at least 50 had a little bit more. You know, I don't know what's going on with him, bro. Hopefully he's doing what's right. He's staying true to himself and not them people. So,
Man.
I mean, you can honestly say, look at it. It's like more of, you can't say it's not all straight with good intentions. There's some vendetta up in there.
yeah, maybe I didn't see it. I wasn't trying to take that from it, Keish. I wasn't doing that.
No. I'm not saying that you are, but I'm just saying it's like you can say it's vendetta wrapped all up into one. You know, the whole East and West Coast rivalry, all that when it was brought back up, you know, anybody could have been like, oh, hell no, because he had the key investigator who came in and talked about Pac and Big's death. And they finally tracked down the guy who allegedly killed Pac. And he was like, you know, he gonna talk, he ain't got nothing to lose. And these guys, they were part of, you know, they were Crips. And so looking back when they had all these things going on in Los Angeles, they basically Bad Boy financed a lot of these guys to go and drive to Las Vegas to the Mike Tyson fight. And they end up murdering Tupac, you know, and the guy confessed that, you know, Puffy paid in an indirect way money for them to handle Tupac. So it's just all these different things that's resurfacing and make you realize, like, is he really that monster?
What they say, he put $1 million out on a bounty out on him, on who was that? Was it Tupac? It was $1 million, and they only got like a quarter to a half of the money or something. Yeah, $1 million. $1 million.
Yeah, I can see that. That's nothing, man. That man was worth a lot of money. I can see that. I can see that happening like easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, boy.
The problem with it is it getting out. That's a problem. Well, I guess it's not hurting him. He's not indicted with it, so I guess, you know.
Right. They probably be working on it because he got from up under that situation. They ain't liking that. They probably Huh?
I was saying that may have been a ploy from the get-go.
What for him to get up under that?
Hell yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that, listen, we just seeing the glass half empty. We're not looking at it half full. It's possibly the whole thing was just some bullshit just to get whoever's videos and whoever's pictures, some king or some king's son or something. You know, these motherfuckers from all over the world probably want to go hang out with this motherfucker doing this shit. Ain't no telling who was in there. They probably just really just got some bullshit because they know he's been doing it for the longest. This is not nothing new to these people. They knew that shit been there.
TD Jakes was at one of his parties, wasn't he, Keisha?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
You gonna protect TD, ain't you?
I guess I done had too much to drink because
I don't know. Allegedly, they were saying that he was allegedly. That I don't know.
I don't know if that shit going one ear and out the other. And I be saying, I guess it don't matter that much. But you said TD Jakes, like the
they say TD Jakes allegedly was at the party, but I think they got documents and videos, don't they?
Allegedly, I don't know. I don't, it was a lot of people
Allegedly.
there because allegedly Denzel Washington was there, and I think Denzel Washington had some words with him. It's a lot of stuff that's taboo that they talked about famous people being there, and they got pictures of Al Sharpton being there.
Well, see, that's why I
So
said it's probably somebody high up that was there, or their
Yeah.
son or daughter. They want to get rid of all them tapes, so they trumped up some charges to get him out the way.
Yeah.
Hopefully, flush all them tapes out of there, and so he can't use them against them or something. I don't know. That's a hell of a thing because the man rose to fame off some bodies that he didn't commit on
Yeah.
but you
purpose.
but don't you see the difference, like kind of moving towards this? Look at this scenario with Diddy. Look at the Epstein files, right? Diddy is the sacrificial lamb, right? All in all, to your point, yes, they may have some footage of people who were well known, high in power, and they probably made Diddy take that charge. But with Epstein, they arrested him, but when they arrested him, he ended up what? Death by suicide. Come on, y'all.
The Disney wasn't going for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They known to cover up some stuff. They definitely they've been doing that for centuries. They got what they call scapegoats. So you always gonna have scapegoats, and you always gonna have cover ups because they mean business. They gonna protect their interests at all costs. That's for sure. But
Yeah.
ooh wee,
But have you seen him lately
who that?
in prison? Diddy.
Yeah, with all that
I
gray.
mean, all gray. He ain't got access to that Beijing. He gonna have to deal with all that gray and
Mm-mm.
all that color in his hair. But speaking of color and all of that, and sometimes when Diddy had that stuff in his hair, you could tell the line like, oh yeah, he using something because his hair looked too rich. But when you look at a lot of these guys like Diddy, they wearing this Beijing. What's your take on it?
Beijing.
Because
That's that. What's that? The coloring? What's Beijing? What is it?
it's like that dye kind of spray looking stuff.
They spray on your hair.
Uh-huh.
Man, I just one. What I think about it, whack, hella whack. Man, don't make no sense. I don't. It's you got. I think you got issues if you actually like let people do that to you. Where it's like, what's his name? Who was that? One of the Jacksons just done it or something, and he had it on his
Jermaine Jackson. Oh my God.
Jermaine
Yes.
Jackson. You familiar with that, bro? They do it a lot in Atlanta, where they spray your lining on. They actually spray you hair on and all that old weirdo stuff. The beard to
Yeah,
make.
it's understandable. It's
Yeah, I
understandable.
get it. Yeah, I get. It's understandable that they do it because it is. Man, this is
It's a
crazy.
tough society, man. It's not easy being cheesy.
For
Anyway,
But
real.
accept
that
the
was it.
fact that my thing is accept the fact that you're aging gracefully, accept the grays
I
because
agree. I agree.
at the end of the day, and I will say this, I regret the day that I dyed my hair because I was trying to hide my gray. But there are consequences behind it. But for these men that's walking around here, you got Beijing and you going through a midlife crisis, just let it go. Especially when your barber don't know what he's doing or he got your line right
Man,
here and it's supposed to be. I'm like, come on now.
you can literally tell your hair, your line and been spray painted on.
Oh,
You
that's
can
terrible.
tell. It's not like you hiding it or people can't see it. I'm like, what? Come on, man. What? I know.
I guess they think the women think it's sexy. I don't know.
The women think it's sexy,
But I guess they think some women think it's sexy. I don't think it's sexy. I think it's disgusting. It's crazy looking.
and I know somebody who recently, I think he in like the third phase of it, where he get the actual tattoo of her on his head. It's an illusion. It's tatted on. Yep.
I
It's a
think
straight tat. They call it. Hold up. Yeah, I can go ahead.
Urugu. I'm gonna create a new. I'm gonna create a new word. A new social buzz. Hopefully, I think, I don't know. It's called Urugu from the Urugu virus. That self-hate shit. The fuck? Who the fuck sprays this shit on their goddamn head?
And
I
get it
love.
tatted.
Oh, watch this. Watch this. I love God, but I'm gonna enhance myself where God failed. What the fuck?
Right. Right. God was tripping when he did this, so
God was tripping when he did it, so I got to get
I'm
this
gonna
shit
correct
done.
it. Yeah,
I'm not only gonna correct it in my way the first time. The next time I'm gonna correct it in a permanent way by putting some real live shit on there that ain't coming off no time soon.
yeah.
Unless I recreate it again. You got some real sick shit going on in your head.
For real. The
That's some sick
tattoo
shit.
the tattoo version of it is called scalp micropigmentation.
What?
That's what it's called. Scalp micropigmentation. That's
Wow.
the tattoo version of it. Yeah.
Wow.
What it creates an illusion of like you have a actual hair. It's crazy.
So I'll tell you a story real quick, both of you guys. So I was dating this guy. His name started with a K, right? He was going bald. Like it's noticeable, and he should be like permanently bald now. And we went to a hair implant place here in St. Louis. And this was back in like 2016, 2017. He wanted the hair implant. He wanted to rejuvenate his hair, do all this different stuff with his hair. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, okay, he got a ticket or something from Groupon. You remember when Groupon was real popping?
Right.
And people wanted to go. So we go to this hair implant specialist, and the guy, it was just weird. He comes in, he like, by the way, this is an implant. You want to feel it? And I'm like, what the what? And I was like, no, sir, we don't want to feel it. But he really wanted this implant, and he thought the Groupon would cover the whole procedure. That man broke down like the process to get the hair from back here to grow up here to stimulate his scalp is like $10,000. And I'm like looking at him like, yo, do you really want to go through this, or do you just want to accept that this is hereditary and this is what's going to happen? He was just determined to try to save money to get this implant because it was bothering him that he didn't have any hair.
Oh man. Yeah, this out of control. And they just had did research on women who wear wigs. They found out, they just discovered that cancer is transmitted through your scalp to your body and gives you cancer.
Oh, so what you trying to say?
What did you say? What did you say? Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
They just got through doing research on wigs. After a while, due to some type of chemicals that's in the wig, it gets into your scalp, gets into your bloodstreams and cause cancer.
It's not just the wigs, it's the synthetic hair too with the braids.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And they say it increases your chances of catching cancer by a major percentage. I forgot exactly what the percentage was, so I'm not gonna mention it, but you can do your own research and yeah, you will see. It's real deal, serious business. So, hey, just saying, y'all. Hey, y'all familiar with them new guys? It's causing a bit of a controversy. Who getting rid of their Nike Jordan outfits and putting on suits with it, and they drinking on matcha, green matcha now.
What is it? Some young dudes doing it?
Yeah, I forgot what they called it too, man. Yeah, some young dudes they exchanging their Nike Jordan sweat outfits for suits, and it's a lot of women coming against that.
What you mean? What do you mean coming against that?
Yeah, they like, oh, you trying to be like Caucasians.
Huh?
What they saying? You trying to be like Caucasians? Be yourself.
Now I saw some women commending them,
and they drinking matcha, green tea. I don't know why they need to get some type of sponsorship for matcha, because they really pushing this matcha green tea while they making this transformation or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool though. I mean,
What's
I like Maka. It's all right. It's a good tea.
Yeah, they promoting the hell out of it, and they say they use. It's crazy because I wonder. Nah, they ain't getting sponsored because they actually they making it seem like it's the matcha that's causing this transformation over into this soup because it's something in the matcha. They got actual skits of it. It's crazy. I forgot what they call them boys. So they got a name.
I know what I know what you're talking about, but the video I saw, it was some women praising those guys for doing
Yeah,
it.
you got some, and then you got some. You got some. It's like balanced, half and half, talking about it. Like, what the hell is they doing? What's
Hey,
going on?
listen, everything that's going on is pretty weird and out there. For real, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey,
What you was just saying about the wigs and what Keisha was just saying about the other thing. That's come on, man. A lot of that stuff is some really.
yeah, man, for real,
Oh,
man.
like I don't. I think a couple of months ago, it may have been in July, maybe in August. Remember, I sent you that video, you and the other brothers, about them Europe's out there in the desert having a big old party and somebody got killed.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, remember
I
I told.
remember.
Oh man, I forgot that dude's name. Man, it's like they have a party and it might be like 90,000 of them out there in the desert with tents and shit, having a big old fucking party, man, freak offs and shit. And I'm talking about like massive shit. They've been doing it for about 20, 30 years now.
What in the David Courage is going on?
They got it.
Listen,
They
That
got.
sound like a whole cult
some
happening.
wealthy dude's son got killed. And it was the
Oh,
first
so
time
sorry.
it was the first time they had a murder there, and like the whole time, it's like bigger than Woodstock or something. It's something they do every fucking year. A bunch of them get together and just go at it and do what they do, have fun,
Well,
drink. You
go
know they do the drink, drugging, and all that type of shit. And
and just
they
go
can do whatever
crazy.
they want to because it's out there in the desert. They said the dude's son was just laying there.
They doing the Diddy.
Diddy, that's where he got it
They
from.
probably is doing the Diddy. But
So they
you know
got it.
what's
So they got it wrong.
Right. For
Diddly
real.
doing his diddly do.
dippily doctor?
They got a smaller
Diddly do?
they got a smaller version of that somewhere in Arkansas, down south. Where you from, Keish?
No, not in
I'm not from
Arkansas.
Arkansas, boo boo.
It's down south. Where you from? Not it's down
She from,
south.
Don't
she
act
from,
like it's don't be crap going on here in the Midwest.
Nah,
It is.
nah. You remember? I ain't gonna say his name, but it started with a B.
no,
Bro,
that was in Bama. That wasn't
that
Arkansas.
was
That
in
was in
Bama.
Alabama. That was in Alabama.
Where they have a meetup every year, and they just
And they do some type of
they
washing
do.
of the feet.
They have go at it and just do whatever they do. I
Yeah, that's
remember.
it.
I
Yeah,
remember he told me about that. It
yeah,
was
no,
Bama, Alabama, huh? It
yeah. It was
wasn't
Alabama. It
Arkansas.
wasn't Arkansas. It was Alabama.
Freak offs and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Is washing the feet,
Oh, they call it washing the feet.
feet washing or wash feet, whatever the hell he said it
Man,
I
was.
don't know what kind of
they
weird
got some
stuff he had going on.
man. There's some sick stuff going on, man. Hey, I just found out what the upside down pineapple mean like about 3 months ago. 3 months ago.
Yeah, that's
You
pretty.
you
What is that? What is it?
they have something called New Orleans in New Orleans. It's a
Uh,
Yeah, where they actually do the swinger thing. I'm putting their business out there
Oh,
too. I don't care. They they you don't know what the upside pineapple mean? That mean they do the swinging thing.
put that on a porch.
yeah. Now I'm catching it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, hey, I'm putting their business out there. They gonna come for me. I don't care though.
No,
Hey,
you just
should
said
have you should have been
ban
more.
from.
Huh?
They just gonna ban you from the community.
I ain't in it.
You can't ever be a part of it.
I ain't in it. I just found it out. Yeah, somebody had sent me some pictures from up there. I thought, me, I'm curious. I'm like a little kid.
Listen,
Man,
that's
what
too
that mean?
far.
What this mean?
Man, you don't have to go that far, bro. That's too far. They do it in your neighborhood too.
Yeah, for real.
They
It's
do it.
normal.
They do it this way too, bro. They do it. They do it.
Oh, they do it down there?
Yeah, they do it. Yeah, they
So
do it.
you knew what the upside down pineapple meant?
Yeah,
If it's
man. Yeah.
tatted on the ankles or the wrist or something, I guess.
Man, when you driving them semis, you able to see somebody and meet somebody you never even thought you'd meet. And they be like, what the fuck? You and your neighbors do what? Huh?
Yeah, that's
When
crazy.
when you see somebody at the store, you got your ring on a certain finger, and what the fuck? You got certain ankle bracelets and toe rings on to let them know what you're doing. It's a whole motherfucking secret society, and
For
all they know is
real.
trucks out here. We don't know what's going on. There's multiple secret societies. Shit.
Dang, that's crazy work.
Yeah, them some freaky people.
Man, man. What y'all think about black fatigue?
Black fatigue.
Yeah, you ain't familiar with it?
No, I'm not familiar
Mm-mm.
with a lot of this stuff. Go on.
Man, they it's a term used to describe a chronic physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion experienced by black people due to cumulative effect of systemic racism, daily microaggression, and the ongoing trauma of racial injustice. Yeah,
I
coined
think
by
that
Mary France Winters.
I think that's something that's going on right now.
Right
Since Trump
now,
been,
are
Huh?
I
we there?
well
Keeps the peace. We
even more
right
right
now.
now, even more
Even more
right
right now. Okay, okay. Even more
even
right now.
more right now for clarity, even more right now because look at the political climate we in. Look at what's going on around us. Like we're not marching for anybody. You know, this election that happened, it taught us that, at some point, other communities going to have to figure it out because everybody knew what was going to happen. Everybody knew that if Trump gets back in office, things were going to change politically and socially. And so now people are crying wolf. ICE is out in the street, and it's unfortunate what ICE is doing. But he really didn't hide what was going on. I think we're tired of being at the forefront for everyone else. you
Right.
know we're tired of marching for everybody else, and then you got these other groups that are benefiting off of the foundation that we laid. So yeah, we're tired.
Yeah, they
Well,
say.
I don't think there has ever been a time in America since the colonizers have come to the shores of Africa, Hbcu'S or America, uh, that we haven't since our contact with them, we haven't been in such a state. I don't think there's ever been a time we haven't been. So it's something that's real. They coined it, whatever they coined it, but I don't think there was ever a time where we haven't experienced that.
Yeah, for
But
real.
we have not. We've experienced that our entire time since we've been in contact with these people. It's
Have
not.
you guys read this book called My Grandmother's Hands? It's a trauma book that was written by this guy. He's a black sociologist, Rasmus McKenna, and he talks about the ongoing trauma of black people and how it manifests in the body, how it manifests in our DNA. And so he talks a little bit about something that's similar to black fatigue with the racial injustice, how black people just throughout a quarters of centuries, we continue to go through all these different traumas, which leads to all these different ailments that happen in our body. Um, I think when you look at some of those things that he wrote about, your body, black people, we have a different fight or flight system compared to our white counterparts. So
Who counterpart?
white.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Pure snow. I mean, my fault. My fault. I'm doing some other shit at times. I'm saying I just ain't never. White is not a color. White is white.
Right.
I don't know about the purest driven snow shit and all of the other bullshit, but yeah, I get it. Caucasoids are Europeans. Caucasians are Europeans. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they saying there's been a major uptick in people now trying to support black as a result of black fatigue. They say it's becoming
Oh,
a somewhat of a trend. That's what I'm hearing, but I don't see it. But whatever.
Listen, I seen some videos on that what's that goddamn thing called? TikTok or something. Man, there's one Caucasian, a young Jew man. He goes hard on the whole damn thing, man. He goes really hard. He says all kind of crazy shit like, man, you expropriated the culture of black people for their music and everything else. My own counterpart Europeans don't know how to act civilized. They've been taught. They done stole the language and teachings and customs and character from black people, and man, it went hard as hell. I said, damn, they allow this shit to be played on TV. I must be old as fuck or something. I mean, not TV, on social media. I said, I must be old as fuck or something. I never thought that they'll actually be playing shit where Caucasians is talking bad about other Caucasians and their European ancestry.
Man, yeah.
Stealing from black people. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's an uptick of anger because you got a lot of classism too. So it's not just America divided by race. You got a lot of labels. So you got like the LGBTQIA that's angry, other groups that are upset because, you know, there's a certain unknown about freedom of speech in this country.
Man, hey, I think Trump. That's why I don't know why people have so much to say about Trump. I think we need people like Trump, even worse than Trump, in order for us to unify. We tend to have to be forced to unify. We tend to have to be forced to support each other, like segregation did, because we definitely have a deep-seated hate, self-hatred that's going on, and long as we think we integrated, we gonna go and support other ethnic groups. So if that DEI and all that and that put pressure on us, that's when we tend to get right. The minute they release that pressure, we right back to, please accept me, please let me get your approval, please,
Listen,
begging for everything we need, but paying for what we want.
right, right.
Ridiculous.
Well, listen, I don't have no problem with anyone who comes into this country. It's not my fucking country. But if
Right.
my people got to be drugged from Africa, from the Caribbeans, and so on and so forth, from parts of Asia and so on and so forth, to populate and grow this so-called North, Central, and South Americas, cultivate it and bring it up to the place in which it is right now today, because there are a lot of inventions of by women and men, even children, in our from our ancestral time, not too distant future, past, I should say, that have contributed greatly that we don't know anything about, to like the computers, cancer, and so on and so forth. Uh, I don't think that we'll ever reach that point. We should have been there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We
We should
should
have been
have.
like been tired of all the shit that we done been through. We still sitting up here begging for these motherfuckers to help us when they done did everything in their power to show us, that they don't give a fuck. But I don't care about people coming in this country. It doesn't bother me. What I will say about that is, if DEI is doing something illegal, I'm totally against it.
Right.
But if DEI is within law and you got people that's in here illegally, I'm supposed to support that? Get the fuck out of here. These people been kicking our ass and locking us up for illegal shit, and for the longest. And I'm supposed to be like, yeah, they're wrong. No, they may be wrong. And if they aren't wrong, if they're in the wrong, they should be punished. But I'm not about
But
to say
DEI is no longer in existence.
Yeah.
good. They
Right.
did what they're supposed to do. They do what they're supposed to. If you got, and I'm saying this as all facts, it ain't no extras. I'm saying personally, if you got 21 million of illegal immigrants in this country, you should want to get them out of this damn country. They shouldn't be a issue that shakes the foundation of people of non-color. I'm saying that if I was driving down the street illegal, if I'm driving down the street with no tags, no license, no license, and no insurance, and I get pulled over, I should go to jail for committing a crime, right? I'm
Yeah,
going to
for
jail,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
I'm going to jail. That's part of the charge. Now,
I
if I
think
got,
everyone should have an opportunity to be in this country.
I'm not saying they shouldn't be. What I'm saying is that if you are here illegally and you didn't go through the process, why should I be treated differently? And I was raised in this motherfucker. I was born and taught this way. It was enforced on me and my people. Why do I have to follow the rules and guidelines and you don't? I don't
Right.
get that. Help me understand that part. So they should be, I'm saying, apply the correct way. That's it. We gotta pay. We gotta do the same shit. We gotta go get fucking ID when we don't want to fucking get it. We got now. We got to get the real ID. If you don't have a fucking real ID, you can't travel. You know what I'm saying?
You can
Unless you have.
substitute the real ID with your passport.
That's what I was about to say. Unless you have a passport. So if we have to do all these things in order to stay in this fucking country, who abused our people, who's disrespected us in every way, shape, form, or fashion, why aren't they? Why shouldn't they follow the law and do the same thing?
But one will argue with you that, America is a melting pot of different people.
I don't.
People
I don't
come
have a
here for
problem with
the
melting pot. I grew up with him in a melting pot.
people come to this country because they want to have a piece of the pie, the American dream.
Okay,
So
I
so
agree. I
you're
agree.
telling people who come here, they come here illegally, or however, for whatever reason they're coming here. You saying they don't deserve asylum? You know, anyone can flip it and say, like, Asada Shakur, for example, she fled here and went to Cuba for asylum. The Cuban government gave her asylum. So no one should flee their country for asylum to be here.
Of course they should. Of course, why wouldn't they? I'm saying, why wouldn't anybody? But isn't shouldn't it be an appropriate way, a respectable way, a legal way to go about doing that? Okay, we
Yeah,
get. Hold
I
on, watch
mean,
this. Watch this.
it's a
Hold on, we get it. The Europeans came over here and they did the same thing. They took whatever the fuck they wanted. The Indians helped, went against them, fought or whatever. We understand the whole teachings of what led up to where we at right now today. But at some point, you got to enact laws to keep your borders protected, so you won't have an overflow of people. And then sometimes you got to open it up in order to let a flood of people in. That has happened since the beginning of communities in the world. So I think
I
it's
don't
nothing wrong with being a melting pot, Keish.
I don't have a problem with people coming in here. My thing is the way this government currently is now structured. They're pulling people off the street, assuming that they're here illegally. You're
Watch it.
assuming you're pulling people over and assuming because they're part of a particular community that they are here illegally, and that is wrong. That's injustice.
Listen. If that is exactly what's happening, I said that I agree to this. It's an injustice, and it's something that shouldn't be tolerated in this country. We've been going through that shit for the fucking longest. What are you talking about? I remember when we moved. My mother moved to the suburbs in the '80s.
Mm-hmm.
We finally got out the city, and my mother moved to the suburbs in the '80s. We got
Mm-hmm.
a house. We got a nice house and all that shit. Three bedroom, 2.5 bath. This is in the '80s, probably '86, something like that. We used to have police pull us over and shit because my mother had a brand new fucking car. Like, what the fuck? We used to get pulled over for that shit. She worked at a real estate company. So we would get pulled over because she has a brand new fucking car. She's the only black woman that sells houses in the goddamn city.
DWB,
Yeah,
driving while black. Mm-hmm.
driving while black. And we was like, this is what I'm not saying it's acceptable. I'm saying that we
Mm-hmm.
went through that same shit, being pulled over for no fucking reason. And in the suburbs, I actually witnessed the police doing some goofball shit, and burning up people's cars. I'm like, this is a police officer. Like, what the fuck? So earlier in the '80s, I was introduced to that shit. How they do RES shit, do like kicking in your house and there ain't even a fucking warrant and all this because they can. I've experienced a lot of that type of shit, growing up in the suburbs, but I didn't grow up in the suburbs. I moved to the
Right.
suburbs. So I witnessed some of that crazy ass shit, and that shit can cause a lot of mental issues with people. So I'm saying that I understand it. I understand the experience. That's all I was saying. I rambled on a little bit, but I understand the experience. I don't think nobody should go through that, because we went through it. So I understand it. I grew up in it, but I still think that if you're in this country illegal, that you should be go through the proper process to get your citizenship or whatever.
Yeah, and no one is saying that they should not go through the proper process. I think that when it comes down to it, you know, my issue is the way ICE is coming around and dragging people. Because like in St. Louis, like when you're in South City, South County, that's where you are in a lot of the neighborhoods where there's a heavy Hispanic population. And so it was brought up about 2 months ago that ICE was in certain areas in South City and South County pulling people and just checking to see if they were actual citizens. No, that's not how you go about doing things, you know. It's
What?
crazy.
How else are they supposed to do it?
I mean, snatching people away from their kids.
Listen,
Snatching,
I'm not justifying. I'm not. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that shit's cool by any means. I'm just doing what I can to understand it. Me being a recipient of hatred, prejudice, and hypocrisy, bigotry, and all the rest
yeah.
of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm so I clearly understand it. Let's not get that twisted. Let's
Yeah.
not get that twisted. I grew up in a time where it wasn't understood that
Mhm.
they did this to you because there weren't cameras to videotape all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely grew up in that shit. Crooked cops and army entitled citizens, you know what I'm saying, believing that they can do what they want to do and others have to accept it because the color of their skin is different. All I was saying is at the beginning of this that shit, I think it's crazy that we live in a time like that. I think it's past due, but shit, people and they've had time. They had people that would step up and
Yeah.
help out and aid and assist, and but now it's like everywhere. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Is it some kind of new shift to keep a motherfucker docile by just telling them a bunch of good shit and being the first one to say it or do? I don't know, bro. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Right.
Do you hear what I'm saying? I hope I just didn't ramble on.
No.
Right.
I heard what you're saying, and
Because
I
this
think
is a
I
large machine. This is a
yeah,
very
and
large machine.
I think people got comfortable because politically they didn't see, or some people just believed that politics wasn't going to change. They didn't believe. They thought that Trump had done such a crazy job, or he was so this crazy person his first term. They didn't think that he would be reelected. When the polls showed that it was showing that it was a guarantee, a high guarantee that he was going to get back in office.
Look, the polls could have showed it. The
Right.
people could have thought it or whatever. But I'll never forget the first time Trump ran for office. And I'm that's not something I'm proud. I'm saying it proudly, but I am saying that the moment they put a non-political person on the ballot to run against a wise, vetted, uh, uh, stone stained, dry, tested, and approved Hillary Clinton and win, I said, hey, look, check this out. Y'all can go to sleep. I bet any of y'all any type of money. Hillary Clinton to be the president when we wake up in the morning. When I seen them do that, nothing else surprised me ever in life when it comes to that shit. Because you mean to tell me you're going to take the outspokenest person amongst your clique, amongst the elite, and put him in the presidency? Get the fuck out of here. This man has said the most craziest shit. Oh, you just grab the pussy. You just grab their ass. You walk up to him and kiss them. And I'm like, damn. And dude got like, what, 30-something charges? And you motherfuckers still that's the second time, of course, but
Yeah.
the first time it's like,
And what is
something.
it? Felons can't get like what? They can't get a driver's. They
No, you
can't get
can get fishing licenses. Certain licenses you can't
drive.
get
Yeah, you
permission
can't
to
have
carry
none of
Can't
that.
buy arms.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? When
Yeah,
that
it's
happened, I'm like, hey, listen, man, don't ever sleep on these people. This system is so fucking treacherous that it will literally put your motherfucking ass in a twist 7 different ways. And before you realize it, you done woke up and like, what the fuck?
yeah.
What you say? Bring it full circle. What'd you say? The size of a rhinoceros, huh? Where
Well, speaking of which, he hanged out with the diddler when he had the apprentice going on.
Listen,
Who
that's what
Trump?
I'm saying, y'all. That's what I'm saying. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. He would have considered partnering Puffy if he didn't have as much as he said against him during that election time. You know,
Listen,
Diddy was against it, so he say, "Yeah, I ain't considering it."
check this one out, y'all. Just to add to that, he didn't do the diddler because of that, but he did his stepson's his
His
son-in-law
son-in-law,
father,
father. Mm-hmm.
who
Yeah,
committed financial crimes against the Jewish people, his own people, but he still pardoned him. That's some sick shit.
yeah,
I'm not saying, listen, don't get it twisted, because if I was in Trump's shoes, I'd probably be doing the same gangster shit. What the fuck they gonna do?
yeah,
What the fuck they
But
gonna do?
that's the whole mafia. He has that mafia New York mentality. If you loyal to me, I'll be loyal to you.
Hold
So
on, that ain't no mafia New York mentality. That's a civilization mentality. Shit,
yeah,
that's a human being mentality. That's natural. That's natural.
yeah,
That's you supposed to do that, Keish. Think about that. You're gonna look out for those that's closest to you. That's gonna help you no matter what. You're supposed to
yeah.
do that. You'll be a damn fool to help
I
somebody
mean,
else.
I've looked out for people, but it didn't go out. It didn't go the way.
You
Okay, you
know,
didn't.
black people don't think like that, bro.
Yeah. And another thing, you never know what these. Listen, you just listen. When they got something on, they get something on these brothers. And the reason why they get something on these athletes, these singers, and all these high entertainment motherfuckers is so they can use them the way they want to, so they won't get out of control.
Use
That's
that
why I
as
was saying
leverage.
about 50. What are they using against 50? As we look at it, it don't seem like they're using nothing. They're trying to use whatever because, the man's he grinding. He is literally grinding. Y'all let
Yeah,
him put a foot in the door, get a foot in the door, he doing so he gotta be squeaky clean. If not, it's gonna come out against him.
yeah.
But
But
look at how Shannon Sharp got caught up. They got Shannon Sharp for messing with old girl.
but
Man, Sharp's
50
a
And
ain't
damn.
Shannon.
Well,
50
listen,
sharp.
he's a damn fool. He's
Yeah,
a damn.
he's yeah.
The reason why I say
He
that is
from the
because
south.
listen, he's from the South. I didn't know that, but he probably was. It doesn't matter.
Look,
But
wait a
with
Keisha.
minute.
that,
I'm going to
Wait a
say
minute.
this. Let me say this.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You keep
Are we talking
saying
about the
arguments
south?
about the South, but I'll say this. I'll take overt racism over covert
Me
racism.
too.
And it's a lot of covert racism
In
here in
north,
the
up
state
north.
of Missouri, and
listen,
it's a lot of
But my
covert racism here in St. Louis.
my
Do you
whole
know? Wait a minute, hold on, I'm speaking, if you don't mind.
you ain't
Do
speaking.
you do you know that there's a black woman who she was elected as a principal over at Rockwood High School, and they wouldn't even allow her, they wouldn't accept um, her to be hired into their school system. One white lady did research on her and was like, I refuse for her to be there because she filed for bankruptcy. What that has to do with teaching your child or students at the school, all because she's a black woman and she has a PhD. That's crazy.
I hope I don't come out. I hope I don't come out wrong or whatever. But that's what the fuck they do. I don't get why
Right.
we ever trip over that shit. Like that shit is like they're not going to stop
But
doing it.
that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna say
They're not
north and
going to stop
south,
doing that.
but if you're
Stop
gonna
thinking these people
if you're
going
gonna say north and
fuck that.
south, let's just be real about it. It's worse up here than it is down there, and that's the way
Well,
I look at it.
I think it may be accepted more by you all by people. I'm gonna say not you all, but people from the South. I think it may be something that accepted.
Yeah,
But
because I
but
respect if you got the Confederate flag on your truck, because I know where you
fucking right,
stand.
I would too.
Yeah, you
I know where you stand, but up
right.
here, if I'm riding around and you constantly pulling me over and you claiming that you are all equal opportunity, people are welcome to live, I'm concerned. I'm scared. This
Listen,
is
I don't
dangerous.
listen. I don't know
When I
why
said
any black person will ever allow themselves to think otherwise.
yeah, yeah, the north they more like the fox. They slick. They a sheep, a wolf in sheep clothing. Down south, they more in your face. We wolves. This is what we do. But I'm saying that I was speaking to the mindset of people down south versus the people up north. We still have low self esteem and that self hatred, but we more arrogant with it. we use arrogance to cover it up. Down south is more in your face, the self-hatred. You tend to see people with their shoulders slouched. You tend to see them head down. You tend to see them when Caucasians is present, for them to have a great deal of respect for them. But we a little cocky. It's still self-hatred, but we cocky with it. We cover it up with an arrogance. But down south, we was down south in college, and it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very.
Rob Muada had a more direct experience with it because he was in. He was in a high. How can you say this? I was in the lower level. I was getting my associates. He was getting his bachelor's and PhD. He was in a high level class.
Bachelor's and masters.
And masters, yeah. You would know, huh? Yeah, so he had more of a direct experience with the peoples down south. He got some. They was more intimidated by Caucasians and Mexicans. When it come to them, they be scared to death.
I never saw that shit before. That shit.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Up north, I was up north amongst people, that was in the state. I mean, and we'll go to with them. But he had experience where he was around that southern peoples a lot.
There was two things that happened to me. Didn't happen to me, but I was on visit one day. I was visiting my parents, and my family came to visit, campus visit and shit.
Right.
And they wanted to walk around and see what the fuck was going on or what have you. So, they was like, hey, what's the craziest thing you done seen around this place? And I was like, damn, I don't know. I can't say. It's a big place, a lot of people, I couldn't just say it wasn't any crazy thing you could think of that would go on in these type of environments. I said, the only thing that I saw that was crazy, that's really crazy for me, is that ignorance is cool and it runs rampant in this shit.
Right.
And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that all Southerners or what have you.
Yeah, this ain't a knock on Southern folks.
Yeah, because the brothers in the Midwest is fucked up. Brothers out west is fucked up. The North, the whole fucking system is fucked up. We're fucked up. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
If you get a chance and you want to really dive into like racism here alone, even in St. Louis, you have to read this book called The Broken Heart of America.
You said that earlier. I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, read it because it uncovers all the racist stuff that has happened over time. Yeah.
And we know, I said that. I'm just saying we more arrogant with it. So we'll go at we'll be more quicker to go at different ethnic groups.
Yeah.
We're more quicker to go at them than people down south. That's just the reality.
For real, that's it. Because I wrote home. I said, hey, this is a different world for me. Let me explain to you. I've never in my life seen where we are afraid to get down or interact or do what we need to do around different ethnic groups. Down here, they be like, yes, a mask. I'm like, what the fuck you say?
Right. That's the difference.
I'm not saying that like disrespectfully. I'm saying it I would tell one dude, I'm like, hey, you gonna let dude talk to you like that? You sure? I don't give a fuck about you being the police, the officer, the security guard. I don't give a what the fuck. I do that down there? Like, nah, you better nowhere near to know. You getting punished. Well, where the fuck where you from?
Water was in a situation down there where they brothers afraid to come on a yard.
Oh yeah. I'm in a place like
that. Ridiculous.
Like they scared to death to come on here. They told you don't come on here. No, do what? Man, you crazy, man.
Yeah, we are.
Where I live at, man.
Right.
Where y'all from?
Dude told. I was playing chess one day. That's when we was in college together, whatever. And dude told me, I know we got our different terminologies we use. Nigga up here, they use certain terms down there. But he said we playing chess and he was playing dominoes and he was like, what'd he say? catch a coon by noon and have them baked by 8. I say, damn, what? I looked at him like, man, what is you saying? We had a discussion back there, and he's like, that's just our terminology. I'm like, man, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's your terminology. We say nigga, yeah, we do say that, but damn, you talking literally about like this. You gonna catch a coon by noon and have them baked by 8? This, like you gonna bake them? I know that's truly what happened back in the days, and you talking about doing this?
Right.
It's
Yes.
a difference.
It's definitely a difference. It's definitely a difference. That don't mean that the majority of them are like that, because we bumped into a bunch of thoroughbreds too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
yeah, definitely.
there's a
He was
bunch of
conscious though.
yeah, it's some thoroughbreds though.
He was
But it's,
conscious.
but it's some weak ones too, because I'm like, I thought the one dude was solid as a motherfucker from Tennessee, bro, that killed himself, that unalived himself.
Yeah. What's
That
his
bro,
name? Had the tap man. He was a hell of a designer. He had talent, Keith.
yeah,
The
dude.
dude, man, what's them shoes they?
I don't know. He had a lot of talent, and
Yeah, he couldn't handle the.
the pressures after he got his certifications, the pressures overwhelmed him, and they said the brother couldn't take it. That's some tough shit to deal with. So
And
everything comes with a price. Everything comes with a price.
that's the thing too. A lot of people, boy, we jumping, but it's all good. Um, a lot of people they don't realize the obstacles and challenges they face when they come out here. They be caught in this certain mindset fantasy world, and when they step out here, it's a whole different ball game. They can't adjust, especially coming from them high level places.
Well, yeah, it's like them universities that Keisha probably can attest to this. That when she graduated from her alma mater, or her school at university or whatever, it was a different world. Probably wasn't what she thought it was going to be, but it was a new experience for her. Huh? Can you attest to that, Miss Beast?
On the
About
leash.
like when I got back, when I got out of completing my program
Yeah,
and going into reality.
yeah,
No, because I already knew what I was getting myself into, because with that higher level, it's a good old boys club.
right.
And so when you matriculate and you transition out, being one of the 14% of Black women that have a doctorate, you already know what to
Okay.
expect, because it's one of those things that's really hard, because society will look at you like, okay, I'm still gonna call you Keisha. No, you're gonna address me by my title.
Right.
And that's something that I still have to fight for, is you're going to address me by my title, because I don't know you personally. You don't know me personally. I don't go to your house, and I do not socialize with you. So when I'm in these corporate spaces and I'm attending these meetings, you will have to call me by Dr. whatever. I'm not going to tolerate you calling me by my name. Absolutely not.
They don't want to respect the name. Put some respect on
That
it.
they don't want to respect the title, because again, it's a good old boys. It's a rites of passage. It's a good old boys club still.
Uh uh. Yeah, it's crazy. It's something. Yeah, it's definitely still alive and kicking.
Oh
You
yeah,
you gotta know how to maneuver for sure.
definitely that. Definitely that.
Uh. So what?
If you don't, shit, it's a problem for real. The one thing that you got to know how to maneuver in this game, especially by being a what you call it, a Caucasian. I mean, not a what you call it, a high university.
Yeah, HBCU.
HBCU. You know, HBCUs was named after some Caucasians, don't you?
Yeah, I know, like Lincoln University.
And they were supposed to be abolitionists, abolitionists,
Yeah, yeah.
and but they believed that Caucasians was a greater greater race. So therefore, a superior position should be assigned to that greater race. You
Are we
do
talking about like? Are we leaning towards
Spelman,
like the discussion on the talents?
Morehouse, and it's a Spelman, Morehouse. Both of them believe that the superior position should be assigned to the greater race, which was Caucasians. They was Caucasians as well. So yeah, I just recently found that out that HBCUs was named after these Caucasians.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
When you have when you have a shitload of money, you can fund whatever the fuck you want
yeah,
to. That's why they make sure your ass is part of the fucking system. If you're not a part of the system, don't let him get that far out there. And if he isn't that far out there, if he is that far out there and he isn't part of the system, reel his ass back in, shut his accounts down, lock his goddamn house down, frighten his
yep,
family, put him out on the news, make him out to be a quack or whatever else. Get a bunch of dirt on him, and then we can control him. If we can't control him, then you got to do the next best thing.
yeah.
It's the same playbook. They've been doing the same shit for 1,000 years. That
And
shit is not new.
they was in alliance with W.E.B. Du Bois is what I used to call him because he went against Marcus Garvey, called him the black monkey.
Right.
They was in alignment with him about the talented tenth, and you know what that's about. That's about indoctrinating blacks in order to put them in certain puppet positions so that they can lead the masses. And so it's, man, these people, boy, there's layers and layers of
I don't
fuckery.
believe in the talented 10. As an HBCU graduate, I do not believe in the talented 10. I think that's something that was a theory that's highly incorrect. I think it's
But they tweak the curriculum so that basically you would adopt the mindset or aspire to be part of the talented 10. And our ancestors looked at these schools as the American nigger factory if you didn't have a culture in which you was rooted in. Look, don't be talking about my schools.
well, my school was not named after an abolitionist.
What school you went?
I went
HBCU?
to yeah, I attended an HBCU.
What was the
It's
name of it?
named Tougaloo College.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it ain't come up on the radar. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
How was your experience at that? Mine was multiracial.
My
International.
experience at
International, right? International students was there.
Multiracial.
my experience at Tougaloo is something that will always be near and dear to my heart. I learned a lot about the importance of being Black and being proud. I've had several professors who inspired me to move forward in my academic career. I'm forever grateful for Dr. Williams Woods, who taught history of the blues, and he was the first professor that made us watch A Birth of a Nation, which was a highly racial movie, and I want to say in the 1930s, and just exposed to truth. We were able to just read a lot of books about famous Black artists and Black leaders of our time. So I'm very proud to be a part of that. Another professor that I really enjoyed was my legal research class with Dr. Charles Holmes. So, I mean, I've had really great professors that came from their Black professors. So I'm just happy to be a part of that community.
Was
Okay.
was Miseducation of the Negro like a standard read for colleges?
Yeah, from Dr.
Carter,
Carter G. Woodson.
you read that book?
Yeah, I read it in college.
Well, that's how most of it. In college, there was a standard reads for us. We had quite a bit.
Right.
Carter G. Woodson,
Yeah, it was one
Anthony
of them. Yeah.
Bronner, John Jackson, George Jackson,
48 Laws of Power, Order War.
yeah, we had a lot. We had a lot.
Yeah, the
College, yeah.
autobiography of Frederick Douglass.
Yeah.
Read all of that, and I think that it just really, one thing I like about going attending an HBCU is it teaches you that you're Black in America, but your race does not define your success. Because a lot of times, people are stagnant because they're thinking that they'll never be successful because of their race. Some of my colleagues who went to
But
like for them to
people really think that for real. You like really have to teach that to
there are
people
some people there are some people who feel that way. Yeah.
that because they were born black they won't be successful.
Yeah, from some
I can
like
see that. I can see that. I can see that. I grew up in a different time. I mean, we all grew up in the same time, but I was saying like I grew up with a different mentality. That's kind of crazy that you have to teach that. I mean, you could teach it
yeah.
as a child. Like my grandmother taught as a child. My grandmother taught that though. She was a black police officer, police lady, one of the first in this area, and she didn't take that shit. She didn't. She was a little tough,
Well,
boy.
let me rephrase that. I would say depending on your environment. If you're a black person in an environment where you're taught that, you can only uh be at this level with your education, that's what you would think. But I was fortunate enough to have that drive in me because I had really good mentors that I could excel further.
Yeah,
You had really
I had that.
good mentors.
I had that.
Yes, I
I had great.
did.
I had a I had a teacher named we called her Mrs. Smith, and I probably was in the first grade, literally. And Miss Smith, we called her Granny. Her name was Miss Smith.
Hmm.
She would tell us, she the one who really took me to the bank and showed me banking and shit. Like literally when I was a kid, she would tell us that you're a young black man. You don't ever open your mouth without thinking. She would tell us stuff like that. So, I always had, I had Miss Franklin, Miss Grant, the library. I had a lot of older women that kind of taught me, what I'm saying, my grandmother for sure, without a doubt, a contradiction. That you always
Hmm.
be prideful of yourself, no matter what. I didn't listen to them motherfuckers that told us we can be presidents now. I th-
Obama did it.
listen. I thought them motherfuckers was crazy. Maybe blow smoke up your ass. You can be the president of the United States. Yeah, right. What the fuck? You can be whatever you want to be. I agree with that. I agree with you, mama, daddy. We come from that old school. That old school said you got to work hard for what you want.
Yeah.
Work smarter though. Don't work hard. Don't just let them people put that
Right.
whip in your ass. Don't do that shit like that. And but I never had a thought that I had to do it, amalgamate into the system in order to win. I never had that mentality. I
Hmm.
don't know why. I guess I was, you know, special in a way. I guess I don't fucking know. We all are. I'm not saying that I'm not no more or less than someone else. What I am saying is that no matter what, we didn't grow up like that. Even though we didn't grow up in the South, I got a lot of family from the South. We didn't grow up like that here. We didn't grow up with that. It was more so like, man, look, you're a human being. We'll do the same thing you'll do to
Yeah.
us. Don't get that twisted, bro. Don't ever get that twisted.
Hmm.
I'm gonna respect you as a man, but you're gonna respect me as a man. And if you don't respect me, I'm gonna show you that, you know.
Bust your ass.
Yeah, we ain't never had them type of,
No Diddy.
yeah, when I went to school with it, when I went to the suburbs and went with it, I addressed that immediately and got on dude ass. Yeah, we don't. I'm saying not like diddler, but I'm saying like,
You could say.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, before you start all that shooting shit, you come from from the hip. But yeah, we didn't have that mentality, bro.
Yeah,
We didn't.
it's interesting how you could create like a cap on one's level of thinking as far as like how far they can go in life,
Yeah,
and they actually was self sabotage. They say it's almost like you could take some fleas, put them in a jar, put a cap on it, and let them keep running around there. Put some like little holes in the cap, and
yeah.
then after a while, you could take the cap off, and they won't even try to go above the top of the glass no more.
Well,
After a while,
that says a lot. That they would even study that. They get that from
yeah,
people from my ancestral way of life. We mapped out the stars. People are always talking about uh, uh, people being here so long. If just the fact that that people have been living on this earth that long, where they can map out the stars. That's a lot of fucking mapping and recording. So I say that to say that once you map out and record that, you can create that type of environment.
environment, yeah.
you can create that type of situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can like literally do that. You know what is and what.
Can't hear you. Muada can't hear you. Can't hear you.
You have that, and you amalgamate that together. You can create any type of environment. You know what I'm saying? The environment can be picked up, placed over here, and added and subtracted from, and it becomes this, it becomes that, and that's a hell of a system for
Yeah.
real.
Where they use mice. They use mice to try to get food, climb up a little ladder to get food, but they start shocking them to the point where they stop trying to even get to the food, because they ain't want to get shocked no more.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
that's like to think that you would go that far to do that on a societal level, on
yeah.
a national level, and now on an international level. That's some whole nother thinking shit. That's like these people on some other shit, like for real. Like
Put mice in the cage, create a
you better realize
divider,
what's going on.
feed one side, starve the other, lift the divider up. They attack the ones who was being fed. It's crazy work, crazy research.
Crazy work ain't the. That's like some other shit, bro. For real. That's
Yeah.
like whole other shit. That don't even make no fucking sense.
Yeah, this is insane. Yeah, they got the research gone with it. Yeah, in the educational system, they say, why kill them when you can educate them out their mind? You can kill them mentally.
That's so very true.
Yeah,
That's so very true. That conditioning shit is a motherfucker. Bro. That's some hell of a shit to get around.
yeah,
Ooh, you gotta like literally think outside the box, y'all. That's some serious shit.
and grab a hold of something historical, huh?
That's the only thing that's gonna balance you out. If you don't, you're gonna be fucked. Like literally.
Yeah, it's crazy work.
But you can see it though. Just think about it being duplicated in different cities. And then that's what, 50 states, Keish? What we got here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying what is it all here? Not like we got it, we own it, but shit. And you duplicate that and you put that in Dubai, you duplicate that and put that in Central and South America. That's a hell of a fucking Russia or whatever, or China. That's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, for real.
You can
Hey,
manipulate you can manipulate that thing any kind of way you want to.
I just seen a video on France for Nine. And they was literally on that dude head. He was a psychologist, and in which he exposed the colonial mindset,
Right,
the way in the inner workings of the colonial mindset and the colonizer,
right.
and how they literally was able to successfully create this individual who has a extreme self hate, in which he was he was he was in, was it Algeria? Yeah, that was Algeria. Well, he say he was exposing them so bad he had to flee. He had to flee from Algeria, and they had people with so much self hatred they would literally scrub their skin raw to try to get the melanin out of their skin.